Hello and welcome to you all. And in this session, we are going to discuss adapter design pattern from structural category. So you already understand the word adapter. In physical world, we use so many adapter hardwares to establish communication between two electrical systems, where those two systems are either having different kind of a structure or they follow different kind of engineering. So due to this limitation, to have a direct communication between these two systems is nearby difficult, or you can say impossible. And adapters are used to overcome this limitation. I am taking this analogy as an example because this will help you a lot in understanding adapter design pattern in software designing. With the help of adapter design pattern, you can establish communication between two software components even when they are having different programming interfaces. So you must be having a question in your mind if you are following this tutorial series in a sequence that almost same kind of situation we solved with the help of facet design pattern. So what is the difference in the condition where we are using facet design pattern and here we are using adapter design pattern? So answer of this question is we should use adapter design pattern where we need to establish communication between two software components when they provide almost same kind of functionality but they follow different structure, different protocol or different programming interface. And use facet design pattern when you are having a large complex API system or any third-party software component that is having multiple classes and your application need to have some kind of output after performing a complex logical calculation inside those classes. So in facet design pattern, you create an intermediate class in the form of facet, and every time your software components deal only with that facet class instead of dealing all the underlying complexity of all those classes that is involved in that logical calculation. In addition to this, I would like to tell you one more thing, that in this tutorial series the term software component is used very frequently, and in diagrams we show either classes or application or any other component. So you should not be getting confused with that, because design patterns are independent of any language. So the term software component is a kind of generic term that represent any of your class, any part of your program, or maybe the application. Now with the help of diagram, we can very easily understand that this becomes responsibility of the adapter layer to get the request from your application, processing it after getting the data from another software component that we want to integrate, and returning it back to the application in the required format. And in this complete process, your application always remain unaware with the software component that we are integrating, and it only deals with the adapter. And adapter layer is always responsible for keeping all the logic and the API that is required to fetch the data from incompatible software component. So now you are having structural knowledge of adapter design pattern. You understand this design pattern conceptually also. So as a next step, we can move into the coding part. So open your Xcode and start doing it. Before the starting of programming, let's take an overview of the example that we are going to implement here currently. We are having an agency in which number of workers are currently working, and there is also a software running in form of search utility that can search any of the employee either with the name or with the help of department. After some time, their business has started growing and there comes a requirement of the merger with a new agency. Now problem is the way in which new agency is maintaining the data of their workers is different in terms of the structure that we are currently having in our former agency. And the software that is currently running in form of search utility cannot directly communicate with the structure of the directory that the new agency is currently having. Now as a software developer or designer, you have to find the solution of this situation, that without disturbing the structure of your currently running application, you have to integrate the data of new agency and keep your search utility running as it is. So one possible solution for this situation is doing the data migration, but due to some reason, this facility is not available. So what could be the possible way of solving this situation? And the answer is using adapter design pattern. Now let's take a look into the implementation of search utility application that is currently running in the former agency. The very first class that we are having in this application is worker. This is implemented with the help of struct and it is currently representing a particular worker in that agency. We are having two properties, name and department, as a string data type. And we are also having a protocol worker data source that is having an array of workers and two utility functions, search by name and search by department. Second class that we are having in this application is data source base. This class basically confirms the protocol worker data source and implement those two utility functions, search by name and search by department, with the help of another private method, search, where search method takes a function type parameter and returns the array of workers that satisfy the given search criteria. In the same file data source base.swift, we are having two more classes as assembly department data source and production department data source as the child class of data source base class. The purpose of these two classes is to serve as the data source for the list of workers in the respective department. Both of the classes override the init function of their parent class and initializes the array of workers for the respective department. Now take a look into the actual search utility that is implemented with the help of findWorker class. This class is having an enum search type that is having two values, name and the department. On the basis of that, your function can decide that whether you want to search via name or with the department. This class is having two properties, data sources and the workers, where data sources is the array of worker data source type and workers is the computed property that returns as the array of worker struct. Initializer of this class takes variadic parameter of worker data source type so that it can accept any number of the objects that confirms worker data source protocol. There is one more function, search, that takes the string as the parameter that you want to search and the type either as the name or as the department as the search criteria, and as the return type it gives you an array of worker that satisfies the given search criteria. Now integrating all these parts together, let's see how search utility works in our application. We have created an object utility of the findWorker class by giving two objects of assembly department data source and production department data source as an argument. Now we can see the complete list of workers. Okay, so in the console you can see we are having complete list of workers, and with the help of search method we can search a particular worker named Amit with the help of search type by name. So here you can see the result that is properly printed with the department name assembly. So till now everything is working fine. And now comes the problem part. We have to keep this search utility working without changing the structure when the merger with new agency happens. And in the new agency, the structure of the worker is quite different with the structure that we are currently using. So worker in the new agency is represented with the help of class new agency worker. And the first difference is, instead of department property, they use division, and they are having two separate functions to fetch the name and the department of the particular worker as the get name and the get division. And instead of using protocol oriented structure for the data sources, they use class to maintain the list of their workers. So somehow we can see both of the software components provide same functionality, but they are using different kind of structure for that purpose. Now to establish communication between these two software components, we will use adapter. And one of the best way of implementing adapter is with the help of extension. So we are going to create an extension of the class new agency by confirming it with the protocol worker data source. At this stage, you may be thinking that we can modify new agency software component structure according to our requirement, and we can keep our search utility running. But in real world, this may not be a possible solution, because for the sake of simplicity and understanding, we are using very simple examples here. In the real world, these two software components can be very complex and very large in the size, so modification is not the solution. That's why we are opting for the adapter design pattern. So we have created an extension of class new agency by confirming it with the protocol worker data source. Now there are two important points. Number one, your adapter is the only point that can communicate with the external software component that we are going to integrate. And second, this contains all the logic required for converting the data that is expected by your application as the search utility. So when we confirm worker data source protocol, the very first thing is we need to implement computed property workers. And we have already seen that in new agency the list of workers is maintained with the help of array of dictionary. So we need to implement the required logic in our adapter that can convert list of dictionary into list of worker struct. And this is done with the help of this map function on the get workers function of the new agency class. And with the help of this logic, we get required array of the worker struct as we are using in our search utility tool in the former agency. Almost same kind of concept we have to use while implementing two remaining methods of worker data source protocol as search by name and search by department. So for that we have to create one more private function create worker that filters all the list of workers in new agency according to the given search criteria and then convert them back into the struct of worker from the dictionary format, and after that it returns the complete array of the worker struct from the list of dictionary. And in that way we implement these two remaining functions of the worker data source protocol. So we have done with the implementation of our adapter. I know it has been taken very long till this point, but I promise to you all that you will be very happy to see your adapter in action. So your adapter is ready to work under the hood in the form of the extension of new agency class. So without any problem you can include one more data source in the form of the object of new agency while initializing the object of find worker search utility, and you can print all the list of workers from both of the agency without any problem. You can see in the console. You can also search any of the worker from new agency with the old structure of the code that was already working for the former agency, and this is the magic of adapter design pattern. So in the console you can see that you can easily search any of the worker from any of the agency. It took really long to end this tutorial, but I am really happy that you stayed with me till this point. Next we are going to start chain of responsibility pattern. So goodbye for now and keep learning.